Are you dreaming about building your own custom home, but you just got no idea where to start? Today, we're going to walk you through the custom home building steps so you know exactly what it's going to take to make your custom home dream come true. I'm Brian White. I'm your custom home and luxury home expert, and this is going to be fun. Let's go! Now that you've decided to build a custom home, what does the process look like? The first thing you should start with is location, location, location. Where do you want to be? A custom neighborhood or in a rural location? What size lot do you want? Do you want to build on a half acre or are you looking for a lot in the multi-acre range? The next question is, who owns the lot? So is it a builder-owned lot or is it a lot that you're going to purchase yourself? And there are a lot of really important reasons why that matters. It matters in terms of how you're financing, how you're going to pay for it, and how to arrange everything in terms of the next steps. The last thing in terms of location is make sure you confirm zoning, deed restrictions, and HOA requirements. Each of those things can put some limitations on what you're building and what your options are. So make sure you get that information before you get started. So the second piece of the process is to get your financing lined up. So you're going to want to work with a lender who is familiar with the custom construction process. There are actually different kinds of loans, so you need to know that and make sure you're working with a lender that can help you with that up front. Depending on who owns the land, you might have some different options. If the builder owns the land, some builders will actually carry the note for you. So you can buy the land as part of a package deal with the home itself and work out a deal to pay the builder over time, to carry the note for the long term and pay them interest. If the builder owns the land, then that might offer you additional options. If the builder doesn't own the land, or if the builder won't carry a note for you, then you might handle things a couple of different ways. First is you can buy the land itself, whether you get a loan for the land or you pay the land cash and then start moving forward on the construction process. So there are a couple of different ways that you can buy the land. You could also get something called an interest-only construction loan, and some lenders offer something called a one-time close. And that means that you can buy the land on an interest-only note, so you start paying the interest during while it's just land and while you're building the plans and starting the process. And then as you start to build the house over time, you start paying more and more interest. Once you get your certificate of occupancy and the house is complete, that note converts and becomes a fully finished mortgage. There are a lot of different options to finance the land. You're going to want to make sure you get your financing lined up before you even get started, both so you know what your costs are going to be and so you know how you're going to structure the deal. Step 3, unless you're going to build it yourself, and that's certainly a decision you can make. There are companies out there like one called You Build It, where they'll walk you through step-by-step the process on how to be your own general contractor. Now, there's some cost savings associated with doing that, but there's also a tremendous amount of risk and potentially a tremendous amount of delays to think through. So just know that building your own house and being your own general contractor is something you can do. Not something I recommend, but might be an option for saving money. If you're not going to build it yourself and you're looking to have a builder, then you may want to interview builders. Now, the first thing to keep in mind is if a builder owns the land, then you end up working with the builder that owns the land. So once you've chosen that lot, you're going to end up going down the path with that builder. So when you're selecting your location, just something to be aware of. When you're looking at land, you need to ask that question going in. So if a builder doesn't own the land, then you're going to want to talk to a number of builders and interview them. Think about what might be important to you. How long have they been in business? How many homes a year do they build? Depending on how many they build, how many are they building right now? So you want to know, do they have a high enough volume to really be great at what they do? Right now, do they have so many jobs that they're not going to be able to give you enough time? Or are they a smaller builder or somebody with resources to just dedicate a tremendous amount of effort, energy, and resources to make your project a success? When you're interviewing builders, you want to make sure that you ask the builder for references. You'd like to at least speak to several people that have worked with a builder. If at all possible, you actually want to get a tour from those homeowners to see a home they've built in the past, want to look at all the details, and hear more in person about what their experience was. Not just do they love the home that was built, but did they love the process, and do they love how the builder made them feel during that process? These are all great things to think about and something you want to tackle and address when you decide to interview builders. Step number 4 is to get or draw plans. There are a variety of ways to get your plans. Everything from, you can do an internet search for floor plans and purchase those from sites that provide those, to working with an architect. An architect will draw out exactly what you're looking for from scratch. Now, on the scale of expense, buying plans online is going to be your least expensive option, but it's also a scenario where there could be quite a few people around the country or even in your city who have those same plans. Working with an architect, you can guarantee that nobody out there is going to have a plan just like yours, but there is also a higher cost associated with that. Next, you're going to want to make some of your more expensive design selections. These are going to be some of the biggest items like the roof, the appliance package, and the windows. The reason you make those selections now versus later is depending on which selections you make, if you're going with a tile roof versus a traditional roof, or maybe you want some metal roofing in certain parts, those can drive a significant difference in the overall cost of your home. Appliance package can make a very big difference, as well as windows, depending on the home you're building, could make as much as a several $100,000 difference in the home you build. So these are selections you're going to make up front because they make a much bigger impact on the cost of the home. The rest of the selections you're going to make during the process. Most builders that you work with are going to offer you a budget, and they'll offer you a budget per room, so you'll know how much you can spend on your quartzite, or your appliance selection, your kitchen backsplash, your master bathroom shower. They're going to give you different budgets for what you could spend, and they're also going to guide you to the different stores and areas where you might be able to make those selections, including lighting packages and everything else. So first, you're going to make sure you make the big selections before you negotiate the price, because there's going to be big differences, and then you'll make the rest of the selections down the line. Once you've negotiated your price, you're going to start building your home and enjoy the process. If you thought this was helpful, please hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit those notifications so you never miss one of our weekly updates on custom and luxury homes in Dallas, Texas. If you'd like more information, we'd love for you to watch some of our other videos. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.